Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're an oldie but a goodie, thanks for always supporting. I'm back to review When the Phone Rings, and we're in episode 7 and 8. And oh my god. Episode 7. The last 5 minutes of episode 7 was everything. Oh my god, the reason why we're watching this show, the reason why this show has given us so much feels. Oh my god, oh, it was so good. I'm not judging, but who has watched it several times? I had to keep replaying and replay. We listen and we don't judge, right? You know how that challenge has been going around? This is a judgment free zone. We listen, we don't judge. Oh my god. That kiss, that was everything. It was all that we wanted. Director, everybody who produced this show, thank you. Thank you. You gave us everything. It was everything. It was everything it was supposed to be. It was everything we've all been waiting. We knew they had fallen in love. I mean, we knew he fell in love a long time ago, but she fell in love. By the way, she said she fell in love with him that day when he showed up. Remember when I said even my heart was moved when he showed up with that motorcade in just slow motion, lifts her up and says, "She's my wife." Oh! Yeah, that was hot. That's when she fell in love, okay? But we all know he's loved her, I think, from the beginning. She's always been his piece, right? Because of all that's going on. But wow. And then in 8, when he was like, look, if Park Seon disappears from this world, okay? If I stop being the grandson of that guy, and if I stop being the spokesperson for the presidential office, the only Park Seon that I would leave behind is the one that belongs to you, Hinjo. Woo! Oh my god, who is writing these lines? Like, oh, it is giving us life. Oh, it's so good. And he's always, I think what we're getting is he's been always trying to protect her to the point why she's always been a secret, right? And I think we get a little bit of a glimpse of maybe in episode 9 and 10 about that. But woof. But in 8, my god. Okay, so somebody told us in the comment section, and thank God they did because now things are starting to make sense. Somebody said that Park Se-young is not the biological son of his parents. And the story is told the fact that the grandpa, who by the way, we know there's a reason why Park Se-young's mom doesn't like him. Remember that time when she spit the wine at him? I knew there was something evil about the grandpa. Sounds like the grandpa is the one who was going to the orphanage and stealing these boys from the orphanage. Why do you ask? Why? It sounds like the original Park Se-young, the grandson, was born with some mental issues. And I believe, I don't know about you, but the guy who's dressed in black, who kidnapped Hinjo, is the son, isn't it? Because when the mom is talking to the camera, you know how I've always protected you. I'm gonna still protect. She's talking to her original son because she knows he's the one behind all this kidnapping and trying to hurt Hinjo, right? So crazy. So it sounds like the grandson had issues. So they must have sent the son to that orphanage. The grandpa would grab these boys from the orphanage because they were looking for that perfect heir, right? And clearly the son that they had has some mental issues, has anger issues, is what we get. Crazy. He went to look for a son that would be grandson, that would be heir, right? And so they would bring some boys, try them out. When they don't work out, they would drown them. I think that's what we saw. He saw. Park Se-young saw that. He's like, he's seeing grandpa drowning a boy, right? You didn't work out. And it sounds like this Park Se-young is the one who was the perfect candidate, which would explain why when the mother would be like, my son eats fish. And I was like, what is she talking about? Like, yeah, if he's the one who eats them, he should be able to eat. She's not referring to him. She's referring to the original son who they kicked away because of his mental issues. And even the part where they're showing where she's locking him up, she goes, I'm not locking you up because I don't love you. I'm doing it to protect you. I get the feeling that maybe she tried to protect the grandson because maybe the grandfather was going to kill his own grandson. I don't know. It's really messed up and crazy. Now, the other thing that's crazy is the stepfather of Hinjo. Now, with the accident, I get the feeling that maybe it was Hinjo who was trying to be killed, but it ended up killing his son. So now we are getting the fact that it was the grandfather of Park Se-yeon who did it, because if you saw in episode 8, they had a contract where he says he'll give anything that this guy wants. Hinjo's stepfather. And so I'm like, what happened? So we see him pointing the gun at Park Se-yeon's grandpa, which tells me he must have found out he was the one who was behind the killing of his son. And he was like, you're gonna owe me for the rest of your life, generations and generations to come. I guess hence why the arranged marriages, why the families have to marry each other. And that's why when the oldest daughter figured out, whoa, that is not his son, the DNA does not match, she was like, I don't want to marry. I think she didn't even want to do the marriage to begin with because it was an arranged marriage. And just because these two families have to come together, the oldest daughter was just like, I'm not for this, right? And the fact that she was like, when I said I didn't want to do it, you didn't fight, I thought that was strange. But now it's because her dad had found out that this was not their son, their DNA. So for that reason, if my daughter doesn't want to marry them, I'm not going to fight. If they want to produce a replacement daughter, fine. And that's what he went with, Hinjo. What a crazy story. I mean, it's a romance thriller, but woof, there's so much. And by the way, I also don't trust that friend of Hinjo, the one they went to college with. I feel like he's working with the kidnapper. There's something about him that just unsettles me. And even Park Se-yeon was like, ever since you showed up, all of a sudden, Hinjo is getting threats. Somebody's threatening to tell the truth. Turns out he knew she could speak as well. I'm like, I don't like him. And then it sounds like they want revenge towards Park Se-yeon. I'm like, what did he do? Did he kill the grandpa? Is that what it is? Or is he just upset in the fact that Park Se-yeon took his position? He was supposed to be the grandson, but because he got took away and he took his position, that's why he's jealous. I can't wait to find out what is the connection between this Park Se-yeon always trying to protect Hinjo, and then the friend was in love with her. Is he the one who's trying to cause harm towards her? Did the original Park Se-yeon, who is cuckoo, and the friend from school come together to take him down? Because he loves Hinjo, so he took away Hinjo from the friend who they went to school together. Because remember, the nun was like, you really love that girl, and she used to come and volunteer at the orphanage, right? And then the other one is just mad because he was replaced, is what I'm getting. But the fathers and their covenant, that is also crazy. And the grandpa who's trying to drown people. Do we think Park Se-yeon maybe killed the grandpa too? Is that what all the secrets are at? I can't wait to find out. Anybody who knows more, please tell us in the comments. Because the person who told us the comment about, oh no, Park Se-yeon is not their biological son, made a lot of things make sense. And this episode 7 and 8 has made a whole lot of sense. Like, yep, he is not their son. He is not their biological son. He was a replacement. He was definitely a replacement. But oh, what a fantastic show. I love the romance and then the storyline of the kidnapping. It's a romance thriller going back and forth. Oh, the way they love each other. It seems like in the next episode, Hinjo is like, now I get to protect you. And almost like the way she told him, like, look, I know what it's like to have secrets, and I don't want you to run away because you think the secrets that you have are gonna make me run away. Oh, their love. Their love is so, oh my God, their love is so awesome. But tell me what you thought of episode 7 and 8. I mean, 7 was everything for us who love Korean dramas that are here for the feels. 7 gave us all that. It gave us life. I'm content, okay? I am so content that Kiss was everything. Anyway, join me. Actually, by the way, join me on Friday. I'm gonna come back and review Squid Game Season 2. Squid Game Season 2 is out on the 26th, day after Christmas Day. So I'm hoping to come on Friday and review that Season 2. And then I'll be back on Saturday to continue our Soon-worthy show that is just loving it. Just loving it. I cannot wait for all of it to be over so we can just binge watch again, right? Like we've not seen it. But I'm just loving the fact that we can't figure out the storyline. The storyline is not straightforward. But I'm just saying, the friend, I'm keeping an eye on him. Okay? Because I don't trust him. I feel like he's the one who's working with the kidnapper, who is the grandson that was replaced by Park Si-young. Anyway, as usual, thank you so much for joining me. If you do like my video, give me a like, subscribe. It does help to support my channel. And I'll see you next week. Deuces.